How's it going, world? JGamer660 back in the video. Today we are playing Minecraft once again. In this episode we are going to be continuing with the deforestation efforts of last time, while also avoiding any of the mobs that are spawning or still alive from last night. And I'll run around quickly collecting the saplings and stuff. Yeah, we'll put those there, the saplings in, the sticks in the middle. And I think thankfully now the skeletons have passed. Okay, so I missed one birch log last night. Oh, then we'll time to continue now. And I'll start with the coast-ish sections over here. Between now and next episode, I may just either finish off the rest of the island, or just take out the taller trees. Let me know down below which you'd prefer. I would be fine with doing either. Yeah, well, after this I'll move on to Oakland, since I do imagine, well, that could partially take a decent bit. I could also be dealt with relatively quickly. As while it is decently sized, it is also already mainly deforested. Because if you remember, the area which I've now designated for housing and such, that used to be decently or they used to have a decent amount of houses and stuff there. Well, not houses, it had a lot of, it was quite forested. Then I took care of it. And once I've taken care of flattening, well, not flattening, but clearing out the land, I'll transport all the wood and such to the warehouse. And so that way all this stuff is in a central-ish location. At some point I may either redesign the warehouse a bit or expand it. In order to redesign, most likely it'll just probably be making the outside look a bit nicer, rather than just like the grey slab it currently is. And I can think of well, if I was going to expand it upwards, I think the best bet of that would just be like having ladders around. Because while I could add some staircases, I feel as though that might mess with things a bit too much. And I guess I could also end up adding some better lighting, similar to the ones in the butcher shop. Yeah, well, that'll definitely be for a future episode. Yeah, someone decided that from now on I'll leave the big-ish constructions to one camera and just leave for instance, like just generally like organizing materials and such for the buildings off screen. I think that would be more entertaining to watch the buildings when they're actually being built rather than just having me give you the tour afterwards. Yeah, gotta be careful around this tree since the beehive. Alright. You know, I think I already have like a stack of the birch saplings in the house, so collecting those won't really be that high of a priority. Apples, on the other hand, I could consider those a decently high priority since they're a food source. No, then again, I don't think I'd run out of food source for a while, given just like the amount of wheat I have stored up and the wheat that's ready to be harvested. Yeah, this is a pretty big tall tree here. And hopefully this is the last log up here. Yep. Gonna make a way into this tree. And then these ones here. And once all the land's been cleared out, I'll probably start working on zoning out the entire area and making sure to leave a few trees and such. Well, not leave them, but to leave a few areas that are intended to be like small parks and stuff. And something else I've somewhat been considering is redesigning the road networks, sort of. So that way there's a road network in the center, but also walking paths along the outside or along them. That way the center parts could be mainly for the horses, which could be considered the cars of this world. And then there's the walking paths along. You know, that's just an idea for now, since I don't think that if you hit someone with your horse does much to them. I think it might nudge them a bit, but I don't think that'd really matter here. Alright, I think it's just these two here, and this majority of this area is going to be cleared out. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, it was getting quite dark. I'll head back to the house for now. I'll close that door. And then the rain's cleared up. And I think I'll from there we go. From like this area over across to the water, I'll try to clear out now, while also avoiding the mobs. Yeah, I think for this part of the series I'll extend the videos up to 30 minutes rather than the usual 20-ish. It's around 3 in-game days of work. Right around, collect some more of the saplings and such. There we go. There we go. There. Yeah, it'll definitely be when I install the new road, all the roads and stuff. Or like once I zone everything out and decide where the roads are going to be, I'll definitely properly light things up to hopefully like fully pacify the islands and such from the mobs. And I'll be doing that all on camera as well. I do think it's gonna be quite fun-ish to fully pacify the islands. Alright, so I think that after that one, that bit there. Yeah, I think I guess wait for the rest to fall down. Something under the furious thing to do with the beehive. I'll definitely fill in this ravine here. I think what I'll do is over this portion of the island, like this peninsula upwards, I'll probably designate the whole thing off as like land owned directly by me rather than by the, well, I'd say state, but yes, technically I am also the state sort of here. Guess we might as well clear up this central chunk here. I think there might be a cave or something underneath the house. Of the house here. Island. Oh. It's gonna be something to have to investigate and take care of. I really would rather not have to deal with mobs underneath the island, even if I'm not really gonna be mining underneath here that much. So that's the area taken care of. Alright, so I'll chop down a few of these small trees, then head to the house, and then in the morning I'll deal with the rest of the trees in this area. We'll quickly run through here to collect saplings and such. I'll show you where I'm putting the saplings. So in a chest here. Where the girl going? I'll put the extra sticks and stuff over here. Yep. Here we had the bed. Now we'll continue work here. I'll take out these reeds along here. Clear out the edges. And all the parks as well probably have a... Well, I could just probably plant down the trees. I will potentially just sort of like make my own, since I do think like trees that are directly made look sometimes better. Like trees that are properly, intentionally designed. Yeah, I think they could look decently cool. There we go, this tree should be fully dealt with now. let's see, there is the river, so for now I'll clear out a path sort of from here to the water. I am very much somewhat considering with the island, with the northern part here, that my house is not of like splitting it off, or splitting this peninsula off from the rest of Georgia. Or like, as you can, well, probably have noticed in previous episodes, the part connecting the lands is very thin. I could probably just like replace it with a bridge or something. Like over, it's not entirely that thin, but like somewhere along here I could probably make a bridge going across, like making a canal sort of that goes across here, and that way it makes boating from over that way to inland or to the sea closer, or say north of the central part of Georgia, easier to reach. Alright, we'll hop down a few more trees here and then end the episode back at the house. We'll continue clearing out this section in the next episode. Yeah, we'll take out these 3 trees along here in an episode. Head back to the house. let's see, I'll head back to the house, sort out the wood in an episode. I think this thread will probably need to start sending some of the wood over to the storage warehouse sooner than expected. As you can see, this is what I have here, and already full pretty much of the oak. I'll just start placing some of the oak over this area. And judging by that sound, that the nosy neighbor has already made his way to the area. So between this episode and next episode, I'll probably get myself some more axes and deal with the wandering trader. But that's how we ending this episode here, so thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.